Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and another video here. Today I have my what I wore for the month of September, which if you guys weren't aware is just all blue polish. I always wear, well always I say that, but for like the past few years I have worn only blue polishes for the month of September because that's the month I was born in. Sapphire is my birthstone, blah blah blah. And to me sapphires are blue. I know there are other colors of sapphire. I don't care, I like the blue one. There's going to be some ring light action because I just got glasses and I don't know what to do about that. And also, I hope you never have to see me with my hair up again, but I forgot that I was supposed to film today. And I put my hair up for work because I didn't want it to touch me. And then I got home and I was like, oh no, and I have such pin straight hair that if I take it out of this ponytail, there's going to be the big weird dent. It's not even a good ponytail. I did a really bad job. It's like lumpy on the one side. So everyone, please pretend like I look normal. And earrings of the day, little ghosts, because it is now October. And one more thing before we get into it, because I know somebody's probably going to ask in the comments, what are you wearing on your nails? This is the first of my October polishes that I'm wearing. This is Lurid Lacquer's Indomitable. Indomitable. Yes. And it, because my room is so spooky and dark because there's actually no lights in here, because apartments don't put lighting fixtures in them for some reason. This is a very, very bright, fun, cool purple, so I highly recommend it. So in the month of September, I managed to wear 12 polishes, which I'm pretty happy with because looking at my spreadsheet, in June, I wore 2, and then in July, I wore 4, and then in August, technically I wore 2, but that's because I started my blues early. Aside from those, I didn't wear any polish in August. I was so busy swatching. So going from 0 to 12 is pretty good, I think. I'm really happy with that. So as I talk about each polish, I will pop up a picture right here. If I wore it on my toes, you do not get to see those because feet aren't free. So I will, if I have a hand swatch, just pop that up instead because get your weird toe content somewhere else. So the first polish that I grabbed was Tea at Tiffany's Dome. And this is a Bluebird lacquer. Every year that I've been at PBE, Bluebird has been there and they've made a like blank at Tiffany's Dome. So there was like breakfast at Tiffany's Dome. I think last year's was like brunch at Tiffany's Dome. And then this year's was tea at Tiffany's Dome. And I just have to have them all because it's a set. I don't know what to tell you. I gotta have them. And I think they're all blue. So this one is no exception. It is kind of a nice royally blue with their kind of signature crushed hollow flakes in it. And I really like this one. This tone of blue is really my thing. You'll see from a lot of the polishes that I chose to wear in September. I really liked it. Didn't enjoy taking it off though, which I guess could be said for a lot of these because I wore like a lot of like glitter or flaky heavy polishes and they are just a pain to get off. And no, I didn't use the clips, but I probably could have. And I don't really, like, I like a peel off base, but I just feel like they work too well for me. So it's just, I just have to suffer. And then on my toes, I wore the Sally Hansen Insta-Dry Am I Not Adorable? This was part of their Sesame Street collection that they released, was it 2 years ago at this point? And I was a big Sesame Street kid, so I had to buy the whole collection. This one was based off of Grover, and it's kind of like a mid-toned blue. And it's got this really fun pink shimmer, and I really like this polish, but I didn't like it on my toes. I don't know if it's just because, you know, your feet are all the way on the floor, and I'm like 5'10", so that's kind of far away from the lights in the home. I guess everybody's feet are kind of in the same position though, so. But like, I'm not close enough to really see the shimmer of it, and maybe now that I have glasses, maybe that'll solve that problem. I don't know, but the shimmer didn't pull the way I wanted it to on my toes, so it just kind of looked like this kind of dull, muted blue from all the way up here, and I was just like, take it or leave it. I like it for the hands. There's some polishes that are just like, this isn't a toe polish. I don't know, I can't explain why. It's like you know it when you see it, but it's like that one, not a toe polish for me. So those I ended up putting on August 27th. So even though I wore them in August, I'm still counting them as the September blues because I just really I was getting a jump start. And then on September 1st, I switched out my hand polish because I think the bluebird chipped on me pretty quickly, and that's my own fault. I'm very rough with my hands, surprisingly. I do a lot of hand-based hobbies, a lot of crafting. So I was knitting quite a bit, and like that really dries my hands out because I knit with a lot of wool, and it just kind of tore the polish right off. So I decided to switch, and I grabbed another PBE polish that I got this year, and this was Kathleen & Co.'s Arctic Blue, and this was from her Classic Cars collection. This one, when I put it on, I was like, oh yes. It's this really, really pretty lighter blue, and I'm not even that big into light blues. I like a deep, dark, not dark, but like a punchier, almost like jewel toned blue most of the time, but I have a couple light blues on here that I was just like in love with. And it's got I think it's got a light blue shimmer running through it, and it really elevates it from just like if it were that basic cream color, it just really gives it this extra punch. And I'm just like looking at it on my nails right now. You can kind of see my nail line, but I don't care because the color was so, so pretty. And I ended up wearing that one for about 4 days. And then on the 5th, I decided to change both my hands and my toes. And so on my hands, I grabbed Live Love Polish, which is now Mooncat. I grabbed Rue Morgue because this is one that I just always remember really, really enjoying. And this is one that they carried over when they became Mooncat, but I don't know if they said, I feel like they retired it, but I can't remember. This is one that I always remembered it looking really glowy on the nails, really, really pretty. I don't know if maybe just because mine is older, but I just didn't feel like I got the same experience as the first couple times I wore it. It's still a beautiful polish. That really dark, I mean, it's probably the same as like a couple of the polishes that I wore, but it's like that deeper jewel tone blue. This one dries down matte, so I think matte, it looks probably a little bit better than when it's top coated, but I didn't have the time to wait for it to dry because matte polishes take forever to dry. I wasn't waiting. So I did put a quick dry top coat on it, and it's still, like I said, a very beautiful polish, but it wasn't what I was hoping for in the moment, if that makes sense. Like, I don't want to get rid of it. I like it. It's just, I think I built it up in my head. I put Rue Morgue on a pedestal, and then when I put it on, I was like, oh, that's not how I remember it. And then on my toes, I switched out to the brand To Be Frank is their name, or I think maybe sometimes they just go by Frank. I'm not really sure. But this polish is called Evil Eye, and the color, I always describe this one as like the blue screen of death type of blue. It's just a plain cream, but I feel like creams on the toes and shimmers on the toes perfect because it's just so much easier to take off because I don't want to have to like crank my foot all the way up here and just like, you know, scrub it off. So I don't want glitter on my toes. It's just not my thing. Maybe if I was more flexible, but no. But this swatch, this is an old swatch photo, but I've only ever bought 3 polishes from To Be Frank. They're all creams, and I really, really like the colors. They have these big rubberized caps that are really easy to hold, and they feel like a tire a little bit. They kind of look like a tire too. And the name of the color, Evil Eye, is perfect. It kind of matches that that motif. I really like that. But I thought this one was really fun on my toes because I got pale feet. They don't see the sun because I'm not a sandals girly. I'm not a flip-flop person. I don't like exposing my feet to the world. So they're pretty pale, and so that blue contrasted really well, and it was really brightened up by that. It was just like by my little ghost feet. It looked super saturated. So I was really happy with that one as a toe polish. That one, definite toe polish. On the 9th, I switched my hands again to Dimension Nails. They are now closed, unfortunately. They closed earlier this year, but they were a vegan brand, and this one is called Brachiosaurus, and I can already feel you guys in the comments being like, Hillary, that's green. And I know it's a green leaning teal, but teal's kind of blue too, so it's fine. And this one's more of like a metallic-y type polish, and I haven't worn a polish like this in a while, and I really liked the color, that's why I bought it. But when I got it, I was like, oh, is this gonna be streaky? I don't know what to do. I just feel like the ring light is gonna be so distracting to people. I don't know. You guys can tell me in the comments if you hate that, and then we'll go from there. Maybe I won't wear glasses while I film. I don't know. Maybe I'll figure out something new. But yeah, I thought it was gonna maybe be streaky, but there were no brush strokes in it. They all brushed right out. And I loved this color so much. I really didn't want to take this one off. I didn't want to take most of these off. They were all just really fun to wear. I am a little blued out, but I really like doing the month of blue. So I guess this one kind of broke up. I feel like it's a little bit blue. It's fine. I'm going to gaslight myself into believing that it's blue, even though it's probably green. If this is your first time on one of my videos, everyone will tell you that I have no idea what colors are. So then 4 days later, on the 13th, I switched my hands and feet again. And on my hands, I grabbed Pinnacle Polish's Be a Sela Can. And I buy any polish from Pinnacle Polish that is based off of a fish. Don't ask me why, it's weird. My dad's really into fishing, and so they remind me of my dad. And Pinnacle Polish does a really good job of like capturing the essence of the fish in the polish. So I'm like, I have to have them all. And I had missed Be a Sela Can when I think it was on Polish Pickup. I just didn't end up picking it up. And then last year at PVE, they had overpours that they were selling. And so I was like, okay, I gotta get this, because the coelacanth, I don't know if you guys have a favorite fish, but the coelacanth is mine. When I was in 7th grade, I became obsessed with them because I found them in my science textbook, and I was like, hey, that's the fish from Animal Crossing. And then I found out that it was like something that they thought was extinct, and then it wasn't. And then recently, I got a news article recommended to me that they found a new type of coelacanth, and so I like immediately had to text one of my friends. I was like, babe, wake up, new coelacanth just dropped. And then recently, one of my subscribers sent me a DM, and it was a coelacanth, like, from the front, like, just a picture of that, and they're like, saw this and thought of you. So now I'm the Shrek girl, I'm the butter girl, and now I'm the coelacanth girl. Like, I can't escape the weirdo allegations for sure. And this is, like, kind of a deep, deep denim blue. Like, this looks like some jean color that my dad would wear. Like a very outdated jean color. Sorry, Dad. And then it has these little white flecks running through it, and it's just a stunning color that typically I wouldn't reach for, but I really am glad that I threw it on my rack and I wore it, because I was like, oh, I really do like these darker colors. I'm just so used to wearing like really vibrant in-your-face stuff that I forget that these darker colors can be really fun to wear too. But then, because I was wearing that really dark color on my hands, on my toes, I grabbed Mooncat Sabertooth. And this polish, I love this polish. If I run out, I would never buy it again, because Mooncat's like $10 bajillion. But this color, it's like that icy blue. It's like what a cartoon ice cube looks like in my head. And it's got a like a darker, is it darker? It's got some kind of blue shimmer in there. I think it's darker than the base color. And it dries down matte. So in my swatch picture, I have it here matte. On my toes, I did put the top coat on there just because, again, not waiting for the matte polish to dry. I can't do it. I don't have the patience. I'm 33 years old. I'm dying soon. Like, I don't have time to wait for a matte polish to dry. Maybe if I was a spring chicken 25 years old, I would have the time. But no, I don't have time anymore. So this one was really, I loved this one on my toes, because it was just this, like, the light blue, kind of powdery blue is fun on its own. But again, like I said earlier, I'm not usually typically super drawn to lighter blues, but then that shimmer running through it just makes it kind of radiate this kind of almost neon essence to it, like a bleached neon almost. And so I really like that one. And that one, I really didn't want to take off my toes, but I did switch my toes one more time. On the 16th, I ended up grabbing Holo Taco's Steep Dreams, and I put that on my hands. This one was from their David's Tea collaboration that they did at the beginning of this year, and I bought all 4 of them. I was originally only going to buy David's Teal, and then I was kind of like, oh, I think I also want Steep Dreams, and then I wanted the mug, and then I was like, well, I'm just going to buy it all. I'll buy it all. And so now I think I wore David's Teal earlier this year. I can't remember, but this is the second one that I've worn from that collab. And it's another one of those kind of darker but still punchy blues. And then it's got like crushed hollow running through it. Really pretty polish. It's a nice formula. I don't necessarily have anything bad to say about Holo Taco. I know there's like Holo Taco stands out there and there's Holo Taco haters. I like Holo Taco, obviously. Like, we got a lot of Holo Taco in this house. But I'm not like obsessed with it. I don't think like, oh, everything's great. I think it has its good polishes. It's got its polishes I don't care about. And they do have a lot of like similar polishes to each other. But at the same time, what brand doesn't, you know? I think people just like to hate on Holo Taco because they don't like Christine. And then they take it out on her brand. But I'm just like, whatever, man. She did it. She did a big thing and she's living the life. I wish I could do that. No, I don't. I don't want to run a company. That seems like a lot of work. If you guys watch my Chatty Manny or Manny with me or whatever the heck I call those videos, this is what I was wearing on my nails when I stamped over it. So I did stamp over it with a couple of stamping polishes. I don't think I took a picture of that, but I don't know. My dad thought the stamps were cool. So then on the 24th, I ended up switching to Star-Crossed Fate by BKL on my nails. And I don't think I've worn this one before. I don't know how to describe BKL polishes to you. Like, I don't know how to describe this finish. It's kind of like this like micro flaky kind of thing. And then it's got red shimmer in it. And it's like the base color, like the flakes are so prominent that I couldn't tell you what the base color is, but it all reads as blue with a red shimmer to me. I thought this one was fun, especially when the light catches it just right and that red shimmer contrasts really well. I love a red shimmer in the blue. I think it's really fun. When I took this one off, I ended up with a bunch of weird pink spots on some of my nails, like an oversaturation of pigment just in that one spot. And it was on several nails in like a variety of places. Not a big deal to me because like I'm always wearing nail polish for the most part. But if you care about that kind of thing, I find that happens quite often with these polishes from BKL that are in this finishing style. I don't know what it is about it. I don't know why it happens because when you look at the polish on the nails, you don't see these like weird pigment spots. It's only after you take the polish off. But I'm sure they'll grow out and it'll buff off if I really wanted to do that. And then on my toes, I switched to the like last cream that I had on my rack, which is Zoya's Marin. I thought I had a hand swatch of this. I don't, so here is just a picture from their website. And it's pretty color accurate, I would say. I'm still wearing this on my toes, actually. I need to change it to one of my Halloween polishes. But it's just regular blue. Nothing too exciting about it. And I will say, as much as I rag on like the Zoya like Z-wide brush thing, really wish I had one when I was painting my toes with that because it takes like 9 years to paint my big toe with that stupid Zoya skinny brush that I was just like, why did I do this to myself? But then it's great for the other 4 toes. I don't know if I just have like a giant big toe, like an abnormally big toe. I don't know. But it was a pain to paint. So I think that's why I'm like, I don't want to take it off yet because it was annoying. Okay, I forgot. There was one that I wore right before Star-Crossed Fate, and that was by Dany Viana. And this one is called Starry Night. And this one I was so looking forward to wearing. I grabbed it at PBE this year. I love her artist series. I feel like she does such a great job capturing it. In the bottle, it looked so spot on, so good. And I hate that I even might say this, but I was like kind of disappointed. But I think it's fixable. I am bargaining with myself, but I think it's a fun polish. I'm looking at it on my screen right now, and it's like, it's the perfect color of blue I want. It's got all the right glitters I want. I just could not get the glitters out. I held the bottle upside down for a really long, like I didn't sit there and hold it. I set it upside down for like 20 minutes, and then I tried that. I couldn't get a single star or moon. So then I was like doing the like swirling the brush trick, you know, trying to scoop them out. Got like one, and then I couldn't get any more of the fun glitters. So then I grabbed like my last orange wood stick, and I started like trying to scoop them around and like scrape them off the sides of the bottle. And then I tried swirling the brush, and I still only managed to get a cup. I got 3 moons and 1 star on my left hand. And I don't think I got any on my right hand. And I was just like really sad. So I don't know if I could just find some more of those star and moon glitters and mix them in the bottle. Maybe it needs a few more. Maybe there just isn't enough. I don't know. But the concept is there and I really like it. I just wish that the application was a little bit easier because I was getting very frustrated. But yeah, that is everything that I wore in the month of September. Let me know what you guys wore, if you guys ever like to do any of these fun kind of challenges or anything. This month, it's all kind of Halloween-based polishes. I'm thinking for November, I might do this challenge that I made up in my head called the Mini Manny Month, where I only use my minis because I have so many and I have so many minis, and I always forget to grab for them. And so I thought maybe pulling some out and trying to use some of them and maybe use some of them up to make some space in my drawers would be nice. But I'm not sure. That might be fun. But yeah, that is going to be it from me. I will have my September haul coming up soon. I'm just waiting for everything to ship to me. So I did place a Hella Handmade Creation order, so it's going to be a little bit longer. So my September haul might come in towards the end of October. But for my birthday month, I did place a few big orders. So I just want to show you guys everything I got. I haven't done a haul in a while because I haven't really bought a ton in a while. But I did buy a ton in September. So that will be coming up. And I have some reviews coming up for you from some fun brands. So stick around and leave me a comment down below if you have any types of content you want to see, because I feel like I'm doing a lot of the same stuff and I do like to mix it up a little bit. So let me know your thoughts down below and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.